This is Prime7 Local News with Madelaine Collignon, Kenny Heatley and Guy Fenton with your local weather. Now, Prime7 Local News at 6.
Tonight, road chaos. A young man lucky to be alive after a smash near Manildra in a horror 48 hours.
Help on the way for Central West farmers left with nothing after the bushfires.
All the action from a very unique country race day.
And we've had a break from this summer's heat, but things are going to heat up again soon. Details tonight.
Good evening. There's been carnage on our roads over the weekend that's left 2 people recovering in hospital.
Meanwhile, a police officer has been hit by a car while doing their job in Bathurst. Harrison Lance joins us now from Orange Hospital. Harrison, what can you tell us?
Well, Kenny, a 70-year-old woman is here recovering at Orange Hospital after a bad crash between Cowra and Canandra on Sunday afternoon. She rolled the car, in the process fracturing her ribs, badly bruising her chest.
All right, thanks for that, Harrison. And those aren't the only incidents on our roads over the weekend. A 19-year-old man is in a serious condition in Liverpool Hospital tonight after a horror smash near Manildra. The car veered from the Henry Parks Way over an embankment and smashed into a telegraph pole on Saturday afternoon. The vehicle was completely wrecked and the driver was raced to Orange Airport by ambulance before being flown to Liverpool Hospital in Sydney for further treatment. The man was treated for chest pains and abdominal injuries at the scene.
Staff at a takeaway shop in Orange have been left shaken after an 18-year-old man tried to rob their store yesterday afternoon. The man entered the shop on Clinton Street at about 5 o'clock yesterday, Arvo. Staff immediately realised something was wrong because he tried to avoid being identified.
He attempted to disguise his identity by putting a T-shirt around his face. It's also alleged that he had a knife down his pants at the time.
A passerby called the police, who arrived shortly after, arresting the man on Margaret Street. The 18-year-old faced court today, charged with armed with intent to commit an indictable offence.
We've seen communities coming together all over the Central West to help out the victims of the devastating fires. A hay run has arrived in Dunedoo and it's been a big help.
A convoy of heroes heading down to Dunedoo to lend a much-needed hand. These trucks are all loaded up with hay, going straight to those who have lost everything.
And while those farmers at Dunedoo have been given a helping hand, new aerial images show another angle of the badly affected community around Uabri. You can see the widespread impact of the fire, with burnt-out paddocks and destroyed buildings everywhere. The photographs also help illustrate just how lucky we are that no one was seriously injured when the fire tore through the area. It's official. You don't have to drive all the way to Sydney to catch a flight to Brisbane anymore. Fly Corporate are off and running with their first service between Orange and Brisbane today. The plane touched down at Orange Airport on time this morning with no hiccups. There were plenty of travellers on board for the maiden trip, and just as many were waiting to take the return flight home as well. Fly Corporate say their hard work is now paying off.
Our forward bookings are looking quite healthy. Obviously, you know, we're wanting to improve that, but it's early days. It's day one, and we want to make sure that we provide a good quality service, which we've launched today.
The service aims to be a cheaper and much faster way for locals to get to and from Brisbane.
Looks good. All right, let's get a check of the weather now with Guy Fenton.
And Guy, it has been much cooler today compared to what we have been seeing this summer. What's going on?
Yeah, today, well, we saw another one of our coolest days so far this year for the region, and so definitely getting a break from the summer heat today. Now, the sun was still shining though, and not much cloud today across New South Wales. Maximum temps were pretty similar to yesterday, but our nights were still much colder. Orange saw a low of 6 degrees at 7 a.m. this morning. Bathurst saw a low of 8 degrees, so our coldest low all year there so far, and also our coolest low so far for Dubbo and Coonamble, lows of 9 and 12. So getting a taste of some cooler conditions, some cooler nights for sure, but they're not going to stick around too long for us. Let's take a quick look at your dam levels now and hang around after sport for your forecast. A bit more heat is on its way again.
Thanks, Guy. Yeah, I did feel a bit of a chill in the air this morning, Maddie.
It was much cooler than what it has been, hasn't it, Kenny? Still to come in Prime7 News. On show, the classic cars that have rev heads in a spin. And
not your average day at the races. All the action from this year's Bronze Thong.
Coming up at 6:30 tonight, a mother dead, her passenger critical after a crazed driver went on a rampage on a busy highway. Firefighters under attack, the teenage boys accused of a dangerous crime, and the new push by health experts to combat Australia's weighty problem. All those stories and plenty more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Stay in touch 24/7 with Prime7 News.
Thousands of enthusiasts have flocked to the Nublar Classic Car Show in Orange. The huge range of cars attracted a record crowd, and they weren't disappointed.
Sir Jack Brabham Park transformed into a classic car mecca. Over 500 cars, bikes and trucks, every make, model and colour, from the humble Falcon to the Giacottolo.
There were plenty of thrills, spills and of course thong throwing during this year's bronze thong at Wattle Flat. The winner of the horse race had a run-in with paramedics after a spectacular buster just after the finish line.
Clearing the finish line before this big buster, Wok is the new champion of the bronze thong.
Chucking a thong, Maddie. Love it.
I know. I don't think I would be very good at it either, but still to come in Prime7 News. Racing stars help break in Cara's new speedway.
And the Daredevils brave enough to tackle the mountain. But who came out on top? After 3 years in the wilderness, Bathurst's World Downhill Skateboarding event Newton's Nation was back with a bang. There was plenty of thrills and spills.
Come on, baby! Go, mate!
After 3 days of competition, Newton's Nation 2017 came down to this.
The Nublar wasn't the only place to see a nice vehicle over the weekend. The 4th annual SS Car Show was held at the Goldfields in Bathurst. And for the first time, they held a state championship with more than 30 trophies being handed out. Club President Mark Hushman took out the Best HDT award with this beauty. And what's in store weather-wise this week? Guy's back in just a moment with all the details. Let's get your latest weather details now with Guy Fenton.
And Guy, it looks like that summer heat is returning later in the week.
Yeah, that's right. Our hot summer conditions are looking to revisit us later in the week. Quite a nice break from it today though, wasn't it? Now that cooler weather at the moment is being brought on by a burst of cold winds coming up from the Southern Ocean. Tending southwesterly today across the region, but as this high starts to move more east, that will keep conditions settled and sunny over the next few days. And from Wednesday, it will bring much hotter winds from the north across the region. Let's take a closer look at tomorrow, our Tuesday. We're already seeing quite a big jump in daytime temperatures compared to what we saw today. Orange a top of 27, Parkes 31 and low to mid 30s around Dubbo and Coonamble. Night still looking pretty cool still. We could actually see our coolest minimum so far this year for Orange, Lithgow and Parkes, and pretty cold nights elsewhere as well. Jumping ahead to Wednesday, nights are looking a bit warmer and our maximum temps also heating up now. Orange a top of 29, Parkes 35, 36 for Dubbo and Coonamble. Now on Thursday, our summer is very much back. High 30s for many parts of the region. Parkes, Dubbo, both 38, Coonamble and Cobar both 39 degrees, so make sure you have some sunscreen left for Thursday. We'll have to keep our eye on the fire warnings as well. Now to your sunrise and sunset times. The sun will pop up at 6:39 in the morning, and on your forecast we can see still quite cool on Tuesday, warming up Thursday, Friday, cooling down a bit Saturday and Sunday. A chance of some showers too Friday and Saturday, but looking pretty light at this stage in the way of showers.
All right, thanks very much, Guy. It's amazing, Maddie, how much it's going to be warming up in just a few days.
There's been such a huge drop in temperature over the last 24 hours or so, and these cold mornings, they're not my thing. I don't know about you, Kenny.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward to winter, actually.
And I'm looking forward to the heat returning. And that's your local news for tonight. Thanks for your company. You can discuss tonight's stories on Facebook.
And you can also watch tonight's top stories on our website. Stay with us. Prime7 News at 6:30 with Daniel Gibson is coming up next. Have a great night.